I'm feeling low.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. We are here today for another installment of you watching me react to and critique Beachbody workouts while educating you in the process. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, you can get a sarcasm potato sticker linked below. Why not hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand? We would really love to have you here. Without anything further, let's make lemonade. Hello. Before we get started today, I want to share something with you guys. The other day on Instagram, somebody sent me a post from a fitness professional named Pat Davidson. He holds a PhD in exercise physiology and he is a strength and conditioning coach. The post that the person shared with me perfectly sums up everything that I hate about Beachbody workouts and just like the crazy influencer workouts in general.
Oh, hey, I was just wasting my time there. I don't know what you were doing, but anyways, that's something that's hard for the sake of being hard with really no adaptive upside to it. That's a common mistake that a lot of people make. And some of those people are very prominent individuals in the fitness industry. Just because someone has a bunch of followers doesn't mean they actually know what they're talking about. And just because they've created something elaborate and difficult to do doesn't mean that it's a good choice. What we had there was a marginally good core exercise combined with a marginally good horizontal press. But when I combine them, they turn into a terrible, terrible choice that gets absolutely nothing accomplished. A good core exercise on its own can do a lot of good things, and a good pressing exercise on its own can do a lot of good things. Sometimes you take two stones and hit no birds with them though.
So if you have been on my channel for a while and you watch all the videos of me reacting to Beachbody workouts and you just can't figure out why I can't stand Beachbody workouts, that's why. That whole video is why. And on top of that, it's a multi-level marketing company. And, you know, multi-level marketing companies are an incubus viral plague on society. But that's the other reason why. The over-the-top, the excessiveness that just completely leaves functionality by the wayside. And for what? It's just for shock value, in my opinion. I might start using that post as a preview for every single one of my CPT reacts. Anyway, here we go. Gotta get my refreshments going here. I put some ice cubes in my wine glass, and they have begun to melt. So now my pink lemonade, which is room temperature, why I use ice cubes, is going to be slightly watered down. That's fine though. Still good. Okay, so this first one is from a Beachbody program that I believe is called the 30-Day Breakaway. I have not heard of this program myself, but I'm going to be honest. If it's anything like the more recent Beachbody programs that are coming out right now, then yeah. Okay, so at first I thought that we were doing a like Renegade Rose to like a pop-up thing, which I would have been okay with. But then she picked up the dumbbells and did a thing where she raised them up to her shoulders. Then she gets back on the ground and does a thing where she crosses her feet and does a push-up. And then the whole thing starts all over again. I am honestly flabbergasted. I don't think I've ever used that word yet on my channel. This workout is... What are they doing with these workouts? The weirdest thing about this exercise to me is the thing that she's doing with her feet, the crossing her feet, and then doing a push-up like with her feet crossed. I don't really understand the point of that. I don't know. This workout is just, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I will now demonstrate for you something else. So I'm in the gym grabbing my set of dumbbells and oh man, look at my top. Super cute. I wonder where I got that from. Probably from my merch store, which is linked below. And if you want to be cool, you should get one too. Anyway, I've got a set of 8-pound dumbbells here, and I am doing what I call a renegade row to a pop-up. This is definitely a compound exercise, and if you have issues that affect your back, maybe you should skip this one. That being said, I still think that this is a simpler yet effective and better alternative to whatever that Beachbody mess was. All you do is start in a high plank position, then one arm at a time, obviously. You pull the weight up, keeping that elbow tucked in, and do your row. Then with my hands on the floor or gripping your dumbbells, whichever is more comfortable for you, pop your legs in and then stand upright and then repeat. All right, next one, here we go. Okay, my initial thoughts on this one is that it has to be, there's no way that's not hurting her lower back. When I was a newbie trainer 4 or 5 years ago and I was creating workouts, I was gonna try and do something like this, and I remember kind of doing like a plank pop-up thing similar to what she's doing, like, but not a plank like popping all the way up back to vertical, but like popping up with my feet still on ground, kind of like what she's doing. Kind of like a weird mountain climber variation in it. I got this really weird pain in my lower back. Obviously everybody's different, you know, maybe this isn't bothering her at all, but because of the increased risk that is involved in that could potentially hurt your lower back, I would not recommend that anybody try this ever at all in their entire life. This looks like it's trying to add extra sprinkles to a mountain climber, but mountain climbers don't need extra sprinkles. Do you know what happens when you add too many sprinkles? It ruins the ice cream. But we're not done here. While she's got one leg up, kind of like in a strange, I'm hesitant to call this a runner's lunge. It's like a weird runner's lunge type thing. She's bringing one of the weights up over her head and kind of doing like a side twist thing. I feel like I know what this workout is trying to be, but I do not agree with it. I do not agree with this workout's lifestyle choices. It's sinful, disgusting lifestyle choices. And I wouldn't be so upset about it if it weren't hurting people with its lifestyle choices. If it was just minding its own business, I wouldn't be so mad. But instead, it's out here running amok on society and breaking down the moral fabric of America. Enough is enough. Here's an exercise that's not stupid. So this is what I would consider a better alternative to whatever that last mess just was. I call this a plank with a torso twist. It's really simple and much easier on the lower back than that other one we just saw. I'm starting in a high plank and one arm at a time, obviously. I'm twisting and extending my arm straight up above me and then just repeating that on both sides. If you want a little bit more, you can do this exact same thing while holding a small weight in your hands, but it's really not necessary. This is a good body weight exercise on its own. So this next one, I have to start off by saying the outfit, on point. I love the colors of her top and her bottom. It's really cute and looks great on her. And with this next one, it's not so much the exercise itself, it's an issue with form that I just don't like it.
Keep your weight, everybody, on your heels until you're about to do the high pull. Come on, keep that core engaged. You need to notice, I'm literally...
Longtime viewers of this channel in this series, can you guess what I'm about to say? I'll give you a second to formulate your answer. If you guess that she's bringing her arms up too damn high in that upright row, you'd be correct. Let's watch this again and figure out what we just watched. So it looks like she's got two weights. They look like, so they say 15 pounds, and she's kind of doing a Romanian deadlift or an RDL. But then she's coming back up and going up to an upright row that's just, her form is bad. She's going way too high up on that row. And then she's like almost, you can tell she's kind of jerking the weight up with when she comes up from that deadlift. But then she's also at the bottom of that, at the top of that deadlift, at the top of the deadlift, at the top of the upright row, she's also getting up on her toes. So I guess she's also doing a calf raise. This is weird. This is a lot. I think I've showed you guys the RDL to upright row exercise before as a demonstration. I've showed you the right way to do it, but honestly, it's not an exercise that I like I would really recommend that everybody try. I showed you the demonstration because I feel like if you're gonna do it, then at least do it right, you know? The reason I don't love the combination of Romanian deadlifts or an upright rows together is because Romanian deadlifts, RDLs, train your mainly focus on your hamstrings, which are a big muscle. Because they're a big muscle group, ideally you should train them with heavier weight if you can tolerate it. And then you have upright rows. They're kind of a controversial exercise because of how they can damage the shoulder joint if you do them incorrectly, which a lot of people unfortunately often do, like this girl, for example. But regardless of that, if you're going to do upright rows, I don't ever encourage you to do them with heavy weight. You really should do them with lighter weight. So putting together an RDL and an upright row is not great because the weight won't really be heavy enough to challenge you enough in your RDL, but then it'll probably be too heavy. It can cause damage in your shoulders for your upright row. It's a paradox. And then also she's getting up on her toes and like adding a calf raise. I want to meet the super trainer who invented this exercise. What's inside that beautiful mind? I will now demonstrate for you an exercise that won't break all your joints. So I'm just going to show you guys how to do a correct upright row because of all the things wrong with the way she was doing whatever she was doing. I think the upright rows were the wrongest. First, I'm just showing you how to do them with a resistance band. If all you have is a resistance band, you can adjust the amount of resistance depending on where you step on the band, which is what I was doing in the beginning there. And here's me doing the same thing, just showing you with a set of dumbbells. Same rules apply. Upright rows are simple, and it's best to make sure, like I always say, that you're not bringing your arms up too high. It can damage your shoulders and is also just not necessary to go super high. I always tell people to go about chest height. That's usually sufficient for a good upright row. And as with all exercises, upright rows do pose a risk, and I would say they present a higher risk to the shoulders because of the position you're putting them in. So as always, use caution. If it hurts, stop and respect your limitations. Next one we got here is another Beachbody coach, I mean, as they all are, and she's showing us a really simple exercise. She's just showing us a simple squat, but her form is just... So like I said, she's just doing a simple squat. She's doing it where she's holding a dumbbell in one of her hands. It's just another way to hold the weight if you're doing a squat. If you want to incorporate some core stability and some upper body strength, that's a good option if you like have difficulty with holding with your spine bearing weight. My issue is not with her upper body. My issue is with what her lower body is doing, or should I say what her lower body is not doing. She is just banging out those squats fast and furious with no control whatsoever. She's not contracting her glutes at the top because she's going so fast. She's locking out her knees. This is just all over the shop. If I caught a client of mine doing squats this way, I would have a conniption. Squats are like that beautiful woman that you've been eyeballing from across the room. You finally have her all to yourself. You want to savor the moment. Treat her with finesse. You don't just walk up to her and grab her boob and smack her on the butt. That will scare her. You take things nice and slow. I will now demonstrate for you a better version of this. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the exact same thing she was doing. I'm not even positive, honestly, that this workout is exclusive to any Beachbody program, but based on my research, I believe this girl is a distributor and she's demonstrating an exercise horribly wrong, so here we are. I'm holding the dumbbell exactly how she was. Occasionally, you'll see me kind of hold my other arm out in front of me. That's just something I do to help me keep my balance. Squatting is extremely complex, so I'm going to attempt to condense the explanation to about 20 seconds here. I'm standing with my feet slightly wider than hips width apart. Despite being short, I do have long limbs, so this stance is more comfortable for me, and it allows me to get a wider range of motion in my squat. I'm lowering myself down while holding the weight steady and keeping my chest and upper body up. I'm not slouching over or rounding out my back. To stand back up, I'm pressing up through my heels, and when I'm back up, I'm clenching my glutes at the top and I'm not locking out my knees. Notice the speed that I'm going. I mean, I have it slowed down now. But notice like when I had it at regular speed, if you notice the speed that I'm going, I'm taking it slower and I'm not just throwing my body weight around like she was. This last one is confusing because I don't really know what's going on. I mean, I never know what's going on with these. I'm not sure if she like made this up herself, or if this is from a specific program. If anyone knows what program this specific exercise that we're about to see, if anybody knows which program that's from, please feel free to let me know in the comments. This reminds me of something that I actually learned while I was studying to get my my personal trainer with NASM. It makes me think of something called the Shark Skill Test. The Shark Skill Test is a type of physical assessment, and it is designed to assess somebody's agility and neuromuscular control of their lower extremities. When you get a new client, you may have them do this as part of their part of the physical assessment. It depends on the client. And basically, you do the test by there's 9 squares. I think it's 9. I'm pretty sure it's 9. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. But I'm pretty sure there's 9 squares, like 1 foot by 1 foot squares on the ground. You have to stand on 1 foot, and basically what you do is you balance on 1 foot, and you have to hop on 1 foot in a certain pattern that you've predetermined in and out of each of the squares. It does require a lot of stability and balance. And if you're a trainer and you're watching this, I don't have to tell you this. If you have a client with lower musculoskeletal issues of the lower extremities, then you would have them skip this one, obviously. That being said, she is not doing the Shark Skill Test. I'm quite frankly not sure what she's doing. I don't know if this is supposed to be training like balance or strength or speed. She looks like she's gonna fall. I would never in a million years have a client do this. I honestly don't get the point of it. I just don't get it. Like, she's just kind of hopping back and forth on 1 foot. I don't get the objective. I don't get the goal. I will now demonstrate for you an exercise that is not stupid. So I'm getting set up now to show you guys what I call a single leg bench squat. I like this as an alternative to a pistol squat for clients who sometimes have issues with pistol squats because of balance, myself included sometimes. The bench I'm using is low enough to be challenging for me, but not so high that it's preventing me from squatting deep enough. This can be tricky because it requires balance, so definitely use caution with this exercise. It really is, though, as simple as holding one leg up and just sitting down completely on the bench, then using the working leg to press yourself back up. I sometimes, as you'll see here, use my hovering leg to help me a little bit because sometimes my balance is not the best. Sometimes when I want more of a challenge, I'll do this with a barbell on my back or holding a dumbbell in my hands. In conclusion, what the fuck, Beachbody Super Trainers? This one was difficult for me. Beachbody workouts, they're not always terrible. If you've been watching the series for a long time, you know I always like to give credit where it's due. But it just seems like the more recent programs are just like, the workouts, the exercises are just getting more and more ridiculous. That's strictly my opinion. I don't know. Sometimes I look at the workouts that the Beachbody Super Trainers are putting out, that like the coaches and stuff are doing, and I'm just like, are you guys just running out of ideas? Anyway, that's gonna have to be the end of this. I kind of impromptu filmed this video. I wasn't planning on filming today. I actually just got back from brunch with my girlfriends, and yeah, I was looking cute and I'm feeling cute, so I just decided to sit down and film just one of these real quick. I don't get cute very often, so I feel like when I do, it should be captured. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. If you enjoyed me in watching this video, why not hit that subscribe button and join the lemonade stand? Hit the like button also. Maybe share this with somebody. If you don't like me and you hate watch this entire video, then thanks for the view. Also, why did you watch till the end? Yeah, I think that's it. Follow me on Instagram, shop my merch store below. Get yourself a Here's an Exercise It's Not Stupid tank, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Blah, blah, blah.